Welcome back to my channel, Watch and Learn with Umaima. When a healthy baby gets sick, don't panic. Understand when to call the doctor and when to seek emergency care for your baby. It's 2 a.m. Your baby is crying and you can't soothe them. They have a fever and a stuffed nose. Do you call the pediatrician, or do you wait until morning? New parenthood is full of uncertainty. When you're a first-time parent, it's easy to second-guess every decision you make. It can be hard sometimes to know when or when not to call the doctor. An occasional illness is usually nothing to worry about in an otherwise healthy baby, but sometimes it's best to contact your healthcare provider. Look for these signs and symptoms. 1. Changes in appetite. If your baby refuses several feedings in a row or eats poorly, contact your healthcare provider. 2. Changes in behavior. If your baby is unusually sleepy or hard to awaken, tell your healthcare provider right away. Let your healthcare provider know if your baby seems floppy or if your baby is crying more than usual or is very hard to console. 3. Tender navel or penis. Contact your healthcare provider if your baby's umbilical area or penis suddenly becomes red or starts to ooze or bleed. 4. Fever. If your baby is younger than 3 months old, contact your healthcare provider for any fever. If your baby is 3 to 6 months old and has a temperature up to 102 F (38.9 degrees Celsius) and seems sick or has a temperature higher than 102 F (38.9 degrees Celsius), contact your healthcare provider. If your baby is 6 to 24 months old and has a temperature higher than 102 F (38.9 degrees Celsius) that lasts longer than 1 day but shows no other signs or symptoms, contact your healthcare provider. If your baby also has other signs or symptoms, such as a cold, cough or diarrhea, you might contact your healthcare provider sooner based on their severity. 5. Diarrhea. Contact your healthcare provider if your baby has more than 3 stools that are especially loose or watery. 6. Vomiting. Occasional spitting up, the easy flow of a baby's stomach contents through his or her mouth, is normal. Vomiting occurs when the flow is forceful, shooting out inches rather than dribbling from the mouth. Contact your healthcare provider if your baby vomits forcefully after feedings or your baby hasn't been able to keep liquids down for 8 hours. 7. Dehydration. Contact your healthcare provider if your baby cries with fewer tears, has significantly fewer wet diapers or has a dry mouth. Also contact your healthcare provider if your baby's soft spot appears sunken. 8. Constipation. If your baby has fewer bowel movements than usual for a few days and appears to be struggling or uncomfortable, contact your healthcare provider. 9. Colds. Contact your healthcare provider if your baby has a cold that interferes with his or her breathing, has symptoms that last longer than 10 days, has ear pain, or has a cough that lasts more than 1 week. 10. Rash. Contact your healthcare provider if a rash appears infected or if your baby suddenly develops an unexplained rash, especially if it's accompanied by a fever. 11. Eye discharge. If one or both of your baby's eyes are red, swollen or leaking mucus, contact your healthcare provider. 12. Seek emergency care for bleeding that can't be stopped, poisoning, seizures, large or deep cuts or burns or smoke inhalation, major mouth or facial injuries, a head injury that is followed by any changes in consciousness, confusion, a bad headache, pupil size changes or vomiting several times. Near drowning. Other signs or symptoms that require emergency care include difficulty breathing, unconsciousness, acting strangely, or becoming more withdrawn and less alert, skin or lips that look blue or gray, increasing or severe persistent pain or irritability. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.